鳄鱼，鳄鱼，
AP 英雄吧。
我不磕杰，哎，这个是不是被套路进去了？就如果你平时打的话，你中路有亚索会怕杰吗？
会。
那你选杰的初衷是什么
？And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the English coverage of the LPL. Of course, brought to you guys by Gosu Gamers, Games in Asia, and Twitch. I am Rapid, and here with Nero, and we'll be bringing you guys coverage here of game number 2 from our second set of the night as LGD take on OMG. And it's been a little bit of a mismatch, but something tells me we're going to be in for a good game number 2.
Yeah, so the Thresh once again taken out. That's a little bit of a sad thing because I'd love to see PYL on Thresh once again. He's just an incredible player on this champion. Maybe he'll get to play Blitzcrank sometime in the future because his hooks are just unbelievable. So yeah, the standard bans like Kale and Cassidon, but Braum coming in right here too. Definitely don't want to see the cheesy Braum in the jungle once again, I guess.
I mean, I loved seeing it. It was really cool. It worked really badly. It actually, it didn't do very well. But what happened was once he got out of the jungle, once you got into team fights, having a Braum in front of a Yasuo, or in front of a Kog'Maw with a or with a Thresh behind him, that's just way too good to handle. So it's really impressive to watch how OMG just comes up with these team compositions. I would never think of this stuff. That's why I'm not playing an LPL. So it's really cool to see some innovation from OMG. And even in game number 1, they did the same thing. They innovated by having a 4-man gank mid at 4 minutes, and it just started such a huge snowball rolling.
Yeah, and the Yasuo is banned this time around, so Cool will not be getting his hands on the champion, so we'll see what he goes for. I personally would love to see the Zed coming out once again, because I love the champion, and we don't really get to see this kind of champions in the LPL too much anymore.
And so coming into our pick and ban phase, I would expect, previously it's like there's just some champions you have to ban. Yasuo is a big one, that's why you see it banned out. It's actually banned by OMG because it's one of 17's main champions. He plays Yasuo and Jax. And he's actually taken away Lulu and Lucian, so it's going to be maybe a Lulucian lane for the bottom lane. But I feel like if you're OMG, you have to pick Jax here just to limit 17's champion pool.
Yeah, and of course the Lee Sin is going to be also a big thing for Drug. The previous game he played a Jarvan, and now he'll be playing the Lee Sin, but he will not have the support of a Lulu in the top lane. So we'll see what Gogoing will choose to go for this time around. Maybe let's hope for something more aggressive. I mean, Lulu is such a supportive top lane champion, and you could have seen that in the previous game when he went 0-8. So he had only assists right there, just helping his team to do well. A Taric, wow, that would be an awesome pick.
He's hovering over it. Wellness is probably not going to lock that in. If you want a Taric, yeah, you pretty much just pick Leona, who does what Taric does, maybe a little bit better, without the sustain, of course. So it's a little bit of a different champion, but I like the Leona pick a lot more. And with the lock-in on Jarvan, this is an incredibly big hard engage comp. This is what LGD are pretty much known for. They're known for just picking up super hard engaged team compositions and just trying to shove them down their enemies' throats, and they've been successful in the past. Can they do it here in game number 2? Keep in mind, this is the game for first place for OMG. If they win this, then they'll tie along with Starhorn and World Elite for first. If they lose this, then they'll go into a solid second.
Yeah, so Twisted Fate, that is a really strong champion in the Asian leagues. We'll see if he locks that in. And of course, a Leona, the Solar Flares are just good to see in the LPL, to say the least, because they usually hit on point. Definitely like 3 champions. Perfect. I love Leona. That's my favorite champion in the game, and I'd love to see it played once again so well. And it is PYL who will be playing this champion, so that's really, really awesome to see. And Cloud locks in this TF, so TF coming into the play, that will be quite big. Son, if he gets the help of TF early on in the game, and if they get rolling, going to be a big problem for OMG. For LGD, of course, I'm sorry.
Yeah, LGD have a couple of problems. One, they gave away Jax, which is one of 17's most played champions. It's one of his big power picks along with Yasuo. So I feel like he may know this matchup relatively well, but I don't know. It's still a very strong champion to give away. That being said, it could actually be Jack's jungle. Probably will be in the top lane. Twisted Fate, though, like you said, is going to be so huge and snowballing not only San in the bottom lane, but just at scouting things out here, starting these big team fights. Baron's always an issue. That's going to be good to get that extra vision when you go in for it. So we're going to go ahead and hop into game number 2. Hope you guys enjoy the show. We'll be right back after a short break, so don't go anywhere. Game 2 is coming up. And here we go. We're going to get into game number 2. And welcome, everybody, to the English coverage of the Chinese League of Legends Pro League. I am Rapid. I'm here with Nero, and we'll be bringing you guys this English coverage brought to you in part by Games in Asia and Gosu Gamers. And I hope you guys enjoy the show tonight. Let me go ahead and make sure that everybody's on the right side. And welcome you guys to the show. So, Nero, take us through this level 1 and tell me what you expect to see.
Well, yeah, first of all, I wanted to see the Zed, and I will get to see him, but not on cool, on Wayless though. And yeah, he's such a good player, like, it will definitely be a good thing right there. But everyone is just scouting out. I don't really see Chuan going in for an aggressive start versus this Lee Sin, since he can't really follow anything up. He just has a flag. He can't really jump into it. He doesn't have his Q available at all. And meanwhile, Drag, I think he picked up the Q, the Sonic Wave. So he can be going in for some kind of a steal. Well, they decide to be careful. Of course, they will have the stun, possibly, in exchange if they go for it. They will have the stun from Cool. They will have the stun most probably from Gogoing. So they have a really strong team comp to go in for some kind of an invade, but I don't expect something like that happening right here. OMG, they're quite confident. They won the previous game so dominantly, so they don't really need to create early aggression. They will just keep calm, just like in the previous game, just patient play, and they will most probably pull it off. But look at that, Cloud will get caught right here, and he will most probably go down immediately. The first blood goes to Lulu. Well, Cloud got erased completely. There we go. What does Tarek have that Leona doesn't?
Now, if you recall, it was actually Quan in game 1 that wound up giving away first blood almost similarly, just by walking in there. And in fact, in the first series of the game, Insect did the same thing that Nami just did and gave away first blood by just walking to an unwarded buff at level 1 and wound up dying. That's always highly unfortunate when you walk into the entire enemy team. Now, Cool's actually playing this lane very, very smart. He's using red cards instead of blue cards or gold cards, you know, Why would you use those? To shove the wave ridiculously hard. And what that's going to do is it keeps Wayless underneath his turret. He can't harass him. And this is the way Twisted Fate wins his lane. Because Twisted Fate gets, on average, about 4 more gold every single minion than his lane opponent. So all he has to do is shove it super, super hard. He doesn't have to worry about getting harassed. And he's going to get more gold and win the lane off of that. Now, the rest of the team, besides Wayless, LGD are setting up for a pretty classic 4v0 split push, and I think OMG are reacting pretty well to it. The only problem is they're going for a little bit of a different strategy, one where they leave San down in the bottom lane with Cloud to farm, and now they're actually looking for another huge gank on Wayless here. This is more preying on Wayless individually than an actual strategy. It's something OMG do specifically to LGD to try to throw him off his game.
Yeah, once again the same thing, but this time around there's no LGD to counteract to this one, so Wayless can be going down right here quite quickly. And once again we see San just leaving left bot to free farm, but this time around he has the support, so that's a little bit of a surprise too. He doesn't usually get Cloud to help him out right there, but LGD, they are going strong for the inner turret, and that may be a problem for OMG because they can't really react since they were stacking up in the middle.
Pretty bad for OMG. They're gonna lose 2 turrets for free, and sure they get some free CS onto San. He's gonna be really, really strong, but Drug coming up, Goings there, and actually Cloud coming up as well. Gonna get a little bit of a lag in the game, but the game is actually still progressing, so hopefully we can just ignore that. And there it goes away, and roam to the mid lane. I'll have to be careful there for Cool, but he's gonna stay safe for now.
Yeah, so that kind of reminds me of the game from the previous season. Most of you will probably not remember it at all, but like, I think it was Young Glory versus OMG, where Young Glory just went for a dragon, and meanwhile OMG were finishing off their base. So it was like 4v0 pushes, and meanwhile YG, instead of going back and defending, they went for a dragon and they lost like an inhibitor turret at 7-minute mark, so that was quite huge. And now OMG making a little bit of a similar mistake right here.
OMG wanted to capitalize on Wayless's weakness for going aggressive early on and be able to catch him out there. San narrowly dodging out that Zenith blade. Of course, in the bottom lane. But it was just great play by LGD. They actually didn't conform to their previous weaknesses. Got 1 and actually almost 2 turrets. And now it's actually OMG. Okay, so they didn't lose everything. They got San a ton of CS. He's actually still tied. So I don't know. This is kind of confusing to me. LGD playing this early game very, very well.
Yeah, it's like exactly the same thing as in the previous game. San got left in the bottom, back then in the top, left to farm, and he's still behind in farm, or actually keeping it even. So it's not really working too well for them. And they leave him free farming pretty much every single game that they play.
Oh, pings onto the top lane, gonna get a stun going down, flash, forced out by 17. He'll be out of there, and this actually could be a lot of damage, or at least a lot of lost CS here at the turret, but especially with Drug, or Quan coming up, Drug is gonna back away along with Going. They will be going into his jungle. It's interesting to see how passive this top lane is. It's very, very threatening, but oh, bottom lane Zenith Blade engaged, and nothing. And there we go. Alright, a little bit anticlimactic. Bubble lands onto Peel. He's gonna take about half his health in damage, but yeah, super anticlimactic for the lag in the middle of that, but still nobody dying just yet. Quan specifically very, very low. Going is kind of standing around. Cool is dodging things out there. It was a little bit of lag, but Quan lives somehow. I don't know. But he survived, so I think that's the important part.
Yeah, PYL going in, losing a lot of health right there, but this Leona is still a strong, strong factor out there. We are still waiting for the Solar Flash though. That is going to be the vital point in LGD's lineup later on, I think. Quan jumping in, the Solar Flare going in, and then the Wild Growth. That's a lot of CC, setting up Wayless and XQ for whatever they want to do right there.
Still just continual pushing by Cool. Cool's not even playing this matchup versus Wayless' Zed. He's just shoving the wave over and over again. And Zed just can't even fight him. He's forced to use all of his energy, all of his CSing, all of his time at killing the minions after TF pushes in. So great job there by Cool, working that out. But now, oh, we're going to see him ult. I'm not sure what that's for other than just checking for ganks onto the mid lane, but Cool, getting some map presence, you know, making sure he knows where everybody is.
Yeah, making sure there's no four-man gang coming for him once again, as in the previous game.
Dude,
so yeah.
Nero, we're 3 minutes late for the 4-minute gank.
No, I'm sorry, bro. But yep.
I don't know what to expect anymore.
Just wanted to add that they had this lineup with Lulu Jarvan in the previous game. It was for OMG, but they didn't really pull it off more than once. So I said that LGD have a huge wombo combo with the Solar Flare, with the Wild Growth, and with Chuan right there. But, well, I don't really think that they will find a way of going into the OMG's team so unpunished.
Yeah, I think they expected it to be a little bit too easy there. OMG's still fighting very, very hard. They are down about 1,000 gold here, but it's still very early on in the game. And it was such an early kill, and it was onto the support that really, for all intents and purposes, it is pretty even right now. Blue buff, of course, will go over to Cool, and that'll really help him in that mid lane, because now he'll be able to shove even more effectively, and hopefully look for some extra roam off of that, even though he's got about a minute and a half until his ult's back up.
Yeah, so the thing that I would love to see the most is like a 4-man gank in the bottom lane with Cool teleporting in with his ultimate and Gogoing jumping in with the teleport, because there's no answer at all from the side of LGD to that. Whereas he's not so mobile, he can't just jump into the bottom lane instantaneously. He can't really push it down for the middle lane, of course. Well, it may be a nice opportunity for OMG to go for some kill and then for a dragon, because the dragon definitely is a vital point. Of course, right after the Baron.
A couple of interesting things to point out here. While you get cooldown reduction from the Brutalizer on Willis, you're going to get CDR from Cool's Ionian Boots of Lucidity. And after Double Doran is always going to get in there, a nice stun there, and coming in from the other side. Deathmark trying to escape, nowhere for Willis to go. And it'll be Goings, Jax, that'll pick that first kill up. Cool lives with about 50 HP, it's all planned. We'll get out of there thanks to Lee Sin's safeguards. So good job saving Cool's life. Ionian Boots of Lucidity. A little bit weird as a first item for Twisted Fate, but he's just all about spamming down that wave, keeping it pushed in, and avoiding a fighting Wayless at all as he just shoves in the minion wave.
Yeah, he definitely has a plan picking up this item, but what I want to point out, Wayless, he just wasted his Ignite trying to bring Cool down, and on the other side, Cool, Flash and Ghost, burnt, completely gone. So that is a little bit of a good force out. So he got the best out of the worst situation right there for Wayless, of course. Zed in the middle. Now he even gets a Bilgewater Catalyst for himself, so he gets even more power. On the other side, there's just wards for Cool.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to expect him to go kind of the Dade Zed build, where, TF ult in the top lane is going down on to 17. Jack's stun will land as well. There's the Giant Growth. It's going to give him a little bit of extra slow, but there's the gold card. It's back off cooldown, and Cool will take down 17 in the top lane. So
yeah, and it's cool for him that he picked up the kill. Definitely, once again, getting it for Yasuo in the previous game. He took it this time around. He once again gets a kill for a nice early start, and now he could have even like wasted the gold for the Ionian Boots of Lucidity, but it comes back with the kill.
Wait, what? Oh, there was a little bit of lag there, so we didn't actually get a chance to see Wayless get that kill onto Cool, but with a couple of turret shots going down, that actually might be in a little bit of trouble here. Still scouted out there, trying to turn that. Quan's coming in from the side, but Going's just going to teleport. There's a counter TP. Wayless still trying to escape. Cloud's here and immediately paused, but with 17 coming in here, it doesn't expect Sand to come in as well. Sand will throw out the Venom Cask, but it's all going to be about the tidal wave. A huge tidal wave grabs one. Where's the bubble? It's on to Quan. Quan's going to get taken. Wait, what? No, Quan just walks out. Stun will miss there from Going, and perfect kiting backwards from LGD. Now their AD carry is going to be here. XQ. Gonna go XD as he finds an easy kill here. On to Going with the culling. Culls him down. And now it's on to San. He's got 4 people wanting him dead. Wants to go back in onto them. Peel very low. Quan low as well. Cool there for moral support, but LGD make it out alive. They don't lose anyone, and Going winds up going down.
Yeah, it feels like this fight lasted a lot too long. Like I expected LGD to go down any second. They were so low on health bars. But in the end, it worked out well for them. Even though Gogoing just teleported in from the top, it was really dangerous for them, but they still got more kills. It's incredible how they made it. But still, the dragon is alive, and no one managed to take it. So that will be the focus for the next fight, most probably.
So yeah, 13 minutes in and no dragon taken. It's a little bit late. You would expect maybe an early dragon off of those early 4v0 rotations. LGD got the benefit of that, and they're actually going to get the benefit of the bottom turret as well. The minion wave actually, oh, great positioning by San. It will save that bottom turret with 20 hit points. So it's still only one turret, but oh, top lane, there's going to be 17 getting the knock-up onto going. Where's the TP in? It's into the bottom lane. Cool is going to blow that ghost, the flash, but I don't think there's anybody for follow-up there. Onto XQ. Where's the cooldown? There it is. The gold card coming out again into the bubble. It's going to be Cloud to tank up the turret, and it'll be XQ going down as OMG. Cool forced that gank really, really hard. I didn't think it was going to work out, but he made it work.
And in the top lane, Gogo will most probably go down, but he takes 17 down with him and he runs away, but nope. Chuan will just finish him off, but yeah, directed camera just held me in the top lane while the fight in the bottom was going on, so I could just quickly switch into that. That's good. He pounded the turret by a little bit, but still, a nice kill for LGD, and they still have the turret advantage. That's awesome for them.
5-5, tied up in kills, and actually there's only a 200 gold difference. So when you look at both of these teams, especially when you talk about the level 1, LGD are strategically in this game in a way that OMG are not. The only downside is that I feel like there's going to be a few big discrepancies. One, top lane Jax is just going to be able to dumpster 17 right now. Going's Jax has been feared before Jax was even, one of these big strong meta picks. The difference is that Wayless is actually doing very well. He's up about 30 to 40 CS over Cool at any given time, and he's able to one-shot Cool if he gets the opportunity, even through that Seeker's Arm Guard now completed.
There goes this turret in the bottom lane. Next one will most probably... Oh, but the flash engaged on 17, and now he'll get dumpstered, but the whole team of OMG, it's not just the Jax. In fact, just Jax wasn't there. But yeah, 4-man kill onto 17. Gives OMG an edge, most probably here for the dragon fight, but they still don't really find it. No one is still going for the dragon.
Man, it's kind of weird because Dragon here is kind of like the anti-Baron. If Dragon were Baron right now, then OMG and LGD would just be trying to do it as quickly as they can. But now they're just like, alright, let's get some posturing around it, and now finally starting it off, but they have to watch out for their side lanes. Jax's top lane, he's taking that turret, and LGD better get this Dragon. If they don't, then this is completely not worth it. They do lock it down. It's Quan with the smite, but now top lane, we're gonna see a dive potentially here onto 17. Drug's just gonna kick him right out. There's the teleport coming in from Cool. Doesn't even need to be there. The second tier top lane turret is in danger.
The good thing is that Cool actually gets the kill once again, just teleporting in to secure it, and that helps OMG by a lot. So it was worth it when it was a dragon for a tower, but now they lost a kill and another tower, so it's not really paying off for LGD that they took this dragon. But, well, you're talking about this dragon being the anti-Baron. It's kind of weird to see because in LPL there's almost as much focus on this dragon as on the Baron. Oh, going barely managing to stay alive. I know why you're so silent, since there was a fight to lead through, but well, Wayless barely misses it with the death mark.
Bottom lane, San versus XQ. A little bit of a pause there in the action, but San able to win that matchup very, very hard.
Yeah, and there comes Cool once again for the kill. They're wildcards. He'll get it easily. And once again, he's getting fed and fed and fed. He has his Zonia's Hourglass already. And then he'll be going for a little bit of damage, and this TF is definitely going to be dangerous. But Cloud now in the top lane. He gets melted out there, and Gogoing can't really go in a 1v4. The TF ultimates is not available.
OMG, that's pretty much my reaction to everything that they do. LGD have been able to turn that around, and really just off the back of Wayless. He's now 2-1-2 and has some big items about to be completed, but Peel and Wayless are actually waiting around. I can't tell if this is just like the server lagging. No, they're actually waiting to kill off Going. But in the meantime, it looks like they're not actually defending too much else out there on the map. Cool He's going to take this mid turret for free, and this will be the 4th turret of the game taken for OMG.
Yeah, it's perfect for OMG that LGD was just waiting right there in the top lane. Even if they got the kill, it doesn't matter. 2 turrets for 1 kill, it's not worth it at all. And well, they were even in turrets. Now OMG took 2 in a row for themselves, and the gold lead is forming up.
Starting to really see this big rotational play come out from OMG, and this is really what separates OMG a lot. A couple of big things though happening for LGD is they have, or are rather, LGD or Wayless is gonna come back, but oh, we got to check out bottom lane. It's gonna be the death of Lucian. XQ nowhere to go, and you can see Drug waiting around the corner. Is gonna catch in here on to Quan, kicks him back, but he's gonna stand it all the way right into the tidal wave. Bubble misses as well. Quan gets out alive, but big power spike there for Wayless. He turns both his items into their upgraded forms, Blade of the Ruined King and Youmuu's Ghost Blade. Wayless is huge, but he needs a team to go in.
It was once again the tidal wave that was like super derp, missed everyone completely, but it actually turned out godlike because then Chuan just jumped into the slow, but it didn't actually guarantee the kill. But still, like, Cloud missing these ultimates is just so hilarious. But also a hilarious thing to point out, it's cool. He's just appearing at the backside of each fight, throwing up the wildcards and always getting a kill. It's just incredible. Like 5 times in a row, he's just there, throwing out wildcards, getting a kill, no problem. Actually 4 times because he gets just 4 kills.
Cool's Twisted Fate. I am really impressed by that. I love the Ionian Boots of Lucidity. You can see that when he goes for ganks, he actually gets 2 rotations of his pick a card off. So that's 2 stuns into a great follow-up from the rest of OMG. And they're really setting up for a lot of kills. These big global objectives starting to come their way. Dragon is up in a couple minutes, and you can see already a lot of wards being bought out there by Cloud. He will come out of the base, probably looking to establish that vision control around the Dragon area.
Yep, so the Dragon is coming in 140. And that will most probably be the focus, but from what we have seen in this game up until now, I don't really know. Maybe they will go for a Baron straight away.
I mean, it's not a bad time to put Baron coverage down, and I think that is actually what San's going to go for, but, or not San, but Cloud, yeah, puts that pink ward up around there. But actually, the engage there from Wayless, he's just going to be sitting down there. Has the Youmuu's Ghost Blade active, going to get the death mark off onto Sans, who will get dunked down on. Is there enough damage to take him down? No, he's going to survive. A stun card onto Peel underneath the turret's going to kill him off. But in the back line, oh, we've got TF. Where is he going to teleport to? Right on top. He TPs right on top of Wayless, takes him down. Now it's all OMG. Running up the top lane after a 1v3 or 1-4-3 team fight. We'll have to see if XQ will make it out alive. The answer is unfortunately no. And a nice Zanya's Hourglass from Cool. Keep him alive.
Yeah, the Zhonya's Hourglass skills are just too strong. And yeah, it's looked similar to what happened already in the game. But the previous time, LGD came out on top of the fight, actually. They were diving and they were so close to dying, but they came out on top. This time around, OMG, they don't make a mistake and they can take all the kills possible. And I think to point out, PYL did not do anything. He was just standing under the turret, taking the turret shots, and he died completely for free.
Yeah, and it's cool. It just stunned him under there, and I think he was trying to do the thing where supports will tank the turret just long enough so that the rest of their team don't have to, you know, take the turret shots. But then he got stunned under turret, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, I didn't plan on this one. Wound up going down to Cool. Cool now 6-1-5 and playing a completely different style of Twisted Fate. The high CDR really working out, and you can see the effectiveness of going those very early Ionian Boots of Lucidity. Now LGD are actually on the Dragon.
Coming back to PYL, Chuan has already died back then. There was just Wayless who could have jumped away with the clone, so it really doesn't make sense to me that he was there. Oh, and Gogoin gets stunned, but he jumps in with a counter-strike.
Counter-strikes to go down. It's actually Drug to pick up 1 kill, but can they find any more? Drug going down there. He's going to get in onto Quan. That's a Dragon's Rage, and nowhere left for Quan to go. He's going to try to make the great escape, but he's going to run right into going. Dunks down onto him, but Jax is a little bit of a bigger dunk master. Teleport right onto Peel. There is more stuns, more CC, and even more damage. Cool.
Once again, PYL in a very bad positioning with nothing to do right there. It is going to be OMG just going for the inhibitor turret. This may be an easy one, and Wayless is trying to turn it around, but he'll go down immediately, and Sun is not gonna die. This may be the inhibitor turret indeed.
May very well be. I mean, XQ's there, and so is 17, so it's going to take a long dive for OMG to be punished for pushing up that mid, or the bottom
Could have
lane.
been a better tidal wave. It could have stopped XQ there too, but still, at least he did hit it.
Yeah, don't judge the Chinese scene by their tidal waves. Let's just put it that way. Especially Cloud. He's had some rough games on Nami, but he has actually landed quite a few bubbles, and it's still 17-7, which coincidentally enough is the score that OMG won with in game number 1.
It's not like I'm judging, of course. I'm kind of making fun of it by a little bit, but of course it's a high risk, high reward. If he once hits that tidal wave, it's going to be a catastrophe for LGD. They're just gonna die immediately.
Now LGD, they finally find some breathing room. They're going to push out their mid lane, get some presence back there on the map, but they have no outer turrets. It's 6-2, and really, they need to start taking these down, because if they don't take them now, then they're really never going to have the opportunity once things like Barons start to be warded up, and ward coverage becomes a lot more important. And you can see already they have wards out, but they're very defensive wards in their own jungle instead of trying to look offensively for picks on OMG.
Oh, and Cloud once again getting pulled up by the Baron. Lose a lot of health to that. Actually, he's just level 9. No tankiness in his pocket at all. But a thing that I wanted to point out. Cool. Has his destiny off cooldown. 7-1-5. If he's jumping in on top of someone, this someone is dead. And there we go. As 17 is just gonna get melted right here. He's gonna get stunned up by pick a card, by counter strike, and actually manages to stay alive. Which counters kind of what I just said.
Well, we managed to stay alive for a while, but you know, there's this whole thing called an entire team. OMG now actually backing out, could go for Baron here. They have that ward coverage solidified.
Yeah, and Chuan is backing out. Chuan is just recalled, so this is a perfect opportunity for them if they want to take this Baron.
And look, you can see Wayless is actually trying to take down the mid turret. He's like, all right, let me pressure this big objective. And turns out there's a little bit of a bigger objective, Wayless, and it's called Baron Nashor. Now, Solar Flare is going to go down, but it's a smite by Drug. He'll take that one out. No, Wayless maybe in a little bit of trouble. Cool's got the gold card locked. Does he have the move speed? The answer is yes, and that'll be the untimely demise. Wayless is dead.
Yeah, so Wayless is dead, and XQ is getting caught by that Sonic Wave. Actually, not going down. They're turning it around, and LGD is just going for the fight. 3-man Cataclysm coming in from Chuan, but he goes down in the end. PYL is so low on health, he has to use the Mikkel's Crucible on himself. Drug now going down, and XQ is in the front line. That is a big mistake. Sound will be continuing to pound down the enemies, and he'll even get a kill on 17. No! He goes down, there's the shutdown, but he still has triple kill, and Cool will finish off the ace finally for OMG, but that gave time for Wayless to spawn. And that is a little bit of a bad thing, because I thought that OMG will just follow for XQ kill, but he managed to stay alive. That could have been an inhibitor easily for OMG. In the end, it's just a 5-4-4.
5-4, and honestly, if you're LGD, that's the fights you want to take. If you can trade almost evenly, that's a nice way of coming back. They are down about 10,000 gold. Of course, it does vary just a little bit. All right, it's what is that, 8.5 thousand gold. I'm trying to be as fair as possible, but LGD making it difficult for OMG to close out this game. Still with all their base turrets left alive and actually able to almost win fights. Is it just a matter of time before LGD turn this around, or is OMG, what do OMG need to do to really close this out?
Well, maybe another Baron, but yeah, being serious, as I said, Cool. He's just nuking everyone down. If he catches some pick for free, an important one, for example XQ, maybe not even Wayless, XQ is going to be a perfect target for them if they get a kill on him. They just need to not make a mistake like they made in the previous fight, because they just jumped in 4 members of LGD, and Chuan just easily turned it around and locked up 3 members of OMG in the Cataclysm. That was not acceptable. OMG just went down to this Cataclysm alone.
Clearing out the mid lane of wards. OMG they're setting up for a big fight mid, but also keep in mind they have going split pushing right now, and nobody really is able to go stop him. He's got those 2 big offensive items completed. He's a monster, and certainly not 17, who has not had a great game this game. He does have a death cap, so at least there's some damage there, but something tells me Going's Jack still slightly favored.
He will be looking for this inhibitor turret, trying to poke someone up, but well, Drug is not really dealing too much damage to Chuan with the Sonic Wave. And the wild cards are quite easy
Knock
to
up there on
dodge.
Going caught out there. A little bit of spectator delay and lag. Death sentence gonna go on, or death mark rather, on it going. He's not even gonna pop, stays alive through the heal, but winds up getting cut down as Quan's Jarvan will take him out. Now San just goes down, and it's LGD, a 3 for 0 off of perfect catches. Actually, Cloud might be going down here too, but I can't tell because unfortunately we're having a little bit of server lag. So bear with us. The game will hopefully continue. We'll get everybody back to where they're supposed to be and find out whether or not Cloud lives or dies. The answer is that he lives. So congratulations. No sushi for LGD.
Cool, and Cloud will manage to stay alive, but well, guess what? I have seen this happen once already. Like, LGD once again coming back in such a hopeless position for themselves. They actually managed to win a fight. It happened in the previous game too, and it's incredible how they make it.
A little bit overzealous there before OMG. They were not all there. Cool specifically. He needs to be the one that's like going in and starting these big fights, but he really hasn't been able to do that, at least for the last few minutes. So LGD still just waiting around. LGD are the team that run at you. They're the team that play these big aggressive dive comps, the 5-man roaming gang squads, but they're forced to play very defensively because, well, they don't have any outer turrets. They're trying to get ward coverage out. They're actually doing a good job, but they're still playing from very far behind. And OMG, even though they lost that last team fight, still in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and making a mistake against an enemy like OMG is just not going to work. They can't really use their all aggressive team comps and stuff like that because OMG is just going to punish it. They're too experienced, and well, LGD, they have to develop some kind of a different strategical play against this team in specific. And especially that Cool is back.
Yeah, okay, so Cool is back. He's in here, and I gotta say, Cool's build is so weird to me. I've never seen this TF build before, but it's actually working out remarkably well. 8-1 and 9. If I were 8-1 and 9, I'd have like Death Cap, Void Staff, Lich Bane, but it's actually a Zhonya's instead, and he's gone for the Lucidity boots as well as the Athenes and Holy Grail. So if you check out his CDR, he's actually almost capped, 38.75 cooldown reduction. He could buy a Brilliance Elixir if he wants to hit max cap.
Yeah, so if you're wondering why Cool is such an important man in OMG, it was Xiang. Everyone just camped him in the middle lane because he was considered a weak link of OMG. So that actually fits LGD's team play, the kind of way that they like to play perfectly. They would just camp out Xiang and get the kills and get the game easily. But Cool, he won't be like that. He's just getting the kills, he's not dying too much. And LGD can't really seem to profit on anyone else. Sun is just free farming in the bottom lane. They can't catch him off guard. The same goes for Cool in the middle lane. He's playing too carefully, and maybe Gogoing can be vulnerable a little bit more in the top. But he's not. He's simply not there. He's just turtling the turrets, and if they go down, he just abandons them. He doesn't care about the turrets. His team will do the job. So LGD can't really catch any picks for themselves.
LGD, they have been able to maybe not make a pick, but really just punish OMG for being a little bit too timid in how hard they push up that mid lane, especially. That's where they've won one of their fights. Bottom lane is 2. OMG, especially with Twisted Fate, like I said, they need to be the ones making the picks, being aggressive, going aggressive, but they've actually gotten engaged on a couple times, and it never works out very well for them. Baron Nashor is about up in 5 seconds, and OMG are in a great position to take it. Let's see if that is what they opt for. And who am I kidding? It's LPL. Of course they're gonna go for the Baron.
Yeah, so when you asked after they killed the Baron, what do OMG need to do to close out the game? Definitely not throw it in the bottom lane. They will just wait for another Baron and take it.
OMG playing this one very carefully, but at the same time, they do want that Baron to be sort of their big sort of nail in the coffin here against LGD. Cool. Still wave clearing like a boss, but LGD are actually able to come out of their base, get some ward coverage out there on the map, but they still need to find positioning here on this Baron.
Yeah, so even though there is the 9k gold difference, still LGD managed to pull off a nice fight for themselves, and they can try to contest onto this Baron. Well, that's why OMG are looking for a pick and not just kicking this one off.
Speaking of getting picks here, it's coming around to the Baron dance. Cool is capable of turning this entire fight around. He can see where everybody is. There is the Ghost. It's being popped here. He's playing very aggressively, wants to go in, but that's Summoner down there. Cool. He's going to be running really fast towards nowhere.
Well, San, he got caught by the solar flare, but he was already stealthed. And that's a big thing for OMG. They know that this ultimate from Leona is down. They should be looking for an engage before it comes up again.
Quan and Drug just kind of zoning each other out. I don't think it's a mystery what's going on here. OMG can't quite solo the Baron just yet, but they will be able to take it down should the rest of their team decide to start it now. Quan is there. He's capable, very capable of stealing. We'll have to see if he goes down. No, it's going to be cool to grab one kill. Destiny. Going to be an aptly named skill there as Quan will meet his. Winds up going down, and now with no jungler to pressure against the smite, it's going to be OMG starting off and more likely than not finishing their first Baron of the game. Second Baron.
Yeah, they will take it easily, but LGD is there to try and contest, try and go for a fight.
Yeah, Peel will die in the back lane, and it's actually going to be TP out? Wait, where is going? He just TP's further up the top lane. He's looking to make a pick here. He's gonna jump right in there, gets the stun, but it's actually flashed away from, and San just with way too much damage. Finally, at long last, going, gets the leap strike, takes out XQ. And this is OMG at their finest. Get the Baron buff. They get picks off the back of that. Now it's 2 alive to try to stop this push in from OMG.
Yeah, even though Wayless just backed out and tried to recall to try and defend the base, he's in a 2v5 right now. It was a little bit too late. His team went in and died completely for free, and now OMG will most probably be looking for the Nexus turret, but will they get it right here? There's Schwan, there is PYL. They're going for the kills, actually.
Oh, Death Mark rather is on. Is it going to be enough to take out Going? The answer, of course, is no. Cloud may drop down very, very low, but look at Cool and that burst damage. Oh my gosh, it's a full 5 for nothing. Ace and OMG. Took them 35 minutes, but they will wind up doubling up their opponents in LGD in kills and taking down game number 2 versus LGD. So congratulations to OMG. That'll put them tied for first place with World Elite and Starhorn Royal Club. So 3-way tie for first. A lot of ties out there, but we're only a few weeks in to the LPL. Still very excited to see what comes out next.
Yeah, so LGD are not done yet. Tomorrow, the first matchup that is played is going to be LGD versus Invictus Gaming. It starts at 1600 in the time of Chinese. And the next one will be Edward Gaming versus World Elite Academy. So there's still a lot to see. And well, LGD, they still need to keep their top form. They want to beat IG. But on the other side, in an interview with Zitai, actually it was a one-on-one with Korn, he said that just wait for the Z IG skin. They want to win the Worlds, actually. That was a serious statement. So, well, we'll see if IG is so strong.
All right, well, IG, they'll be coming up tomorrow along with 3 other teams, and the LPL will continue tomorrow. Make sure to tune in. Once again, if you guys are interested in more English coverage, make sure to follow the channel right down below. It's twitch.tv/LPLEN. And do want to thank our partners, Gosu Gamers, Games in Asia, and Twitch for making this English stream of the LPL possible. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any further feedback on tonight's broadcast, you can see our Twitters up there on the screen. It's @RapidCasting, @NeroIntegrate1, and we'd love to hear what you have to say about tonight's show. So thank you so much for watching. I think that's going to be it, unless you have any final words, Nero.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Kelsey. She gives a lot of insight on the LPL teams and all the stuff that we are preparing to the game. So thanks a lot for being with us.
And a big shout out to Frost Current as well, who prepared most of the overlays here for this tonight. Couldn't do it without the collaboration Goes to Gamers, Games in Asia, and of course without you guys watching. So thank you so much for watching, for tuning in to another day of the LPL here on Twitch TV. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. We'll be right back with some more games coming your way. In the meantime, have a great morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are. We'll see you all tomorrow.
好，各位观众，我们又见面了。经过一个赛季的沉淀以后，英雄代言人又回来了。先来欢迎一下今天的2位职业选手，就是姿态还有玉米，欢迎欢迎欢迎。这个姿态毕竟作为 LPL 的老大哥级人物了，你应该是 S2AP 到现在为止唯一一个剩下的人。玉米现在是刚打到 LPL 嘛，
对，
就是刚加入到皇族，
刚加入的。
现在我觉得表现还不错，毕竟上一个赛季其实皇族小狗在退回去以后 ，NCT 打中单的时候，就感觉 NCT 中单没有什么特别的，就是特点吧。那其实说到这里，还有一个可能大家很关注的问题，就是现在2支队伍里面都融入了韩国选手。觉得和 Insec 做队友的感觉怎么样？
还好吧。
还好是什么意思？不要这么腼腆。
看他玩，感觉挺犀利的。
但你那天输给老干爹了。
对，还是输了。
因为这毕竟是这 Insec LPL 第一场亮相，然后就被什么淘宝全拿个盲僧，各种回旋踢，
挺尴尬的。
韩国人有没有急？
他们没怎么说，因为他们。